Now, the matter on ground is very simple. We don't need to waste time. Here with me are great men to discuss some current situations in football. Players say don't join court. Say and he cut his friends say they must come out for club. Club say no, now we boo you for court. And not born you where to come out for club. Now the matter will take now. To my right is Obus, you know him already, the Premier League champion, Liverpool fan, Vlog and Verts.
Yes,
and also Kunya Nubuemo, Anthony the GOAT, and also our runaway podcast man, the most intelligent football guy, the only analyst in Coach BI family, Mike Way _kicks. You know him already. Please follow him, very important because he does it as a job as well. So now, without wasting time, who you are? This guy wey dey for here so na lawyer.
I no be lawyer.
Me and I argue Isak matter. So the point where God say, okay, you go come more discuss the matter. The way that Pedri and Fernandez matter be that time, na so the matter be as I yesterday. So we have to be here. But the painful thing for everything wey happen now na say Arsenal sign easy.
Oh boy.
Hey, God! Arsenal signing yesterday is one of the most shocking news I got. I don't know how, before I go sleep yesterday night, I almost cry. And it really pained me. But now, let's not waste time. Let's go into it quickly. Arsenal, here we go, Eze. The world of football, here we go, and they believe it's a done deal right now. So, first of all, Eze to Arsenal. What do you think, Mike Ray, for that move?
Wow. This particular move just takes Arsenal chances of winning the Premier League to 80-90%.
Where did before?
Before it did 70%.
With this guy?
Forget. It did 70%. See, whether with him or
without him. Premier League to Premier League. It didn't work.
Before it did 70%. This is a very quality signing.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the best signings Arsenal made this summer. See, forget fact, say Arsenal buy Gyökeres and the rest. Last season without Gyökeres, Arsenal was still competing at the top. Alright, was still competing for the Premier League title for whatever they were playing.
Mm-hmm.
But you see that creativity spark in midfield. At some point, Odegaard was out of form. At some point, Saka was out through injury. You need creativity at all fronts, up front. Right from the left, from the right, from the midfield, from the attack. When your key players are out, who comes in and makes the difference?
So what's the assurance that Odegaard or Saka injured, then Eze go dey available? Why? What if Eze not go injured?
See, one thing about
I don't like injuries.
You need
anyway.
multiple of those kind of players.
But just for different options, right?
Yeah, you need multiple of those.
So that whoever
players
goes, there's somebody.
During the course of the season, there will be a whole lot, for this Arsenal squad. There will be fatigue, there will be injuries, there will be loss of form. You need somebody to come inside the team and make that difference. And that's what Eze brings to you. Eze scores goals, he makes assists, he creates something out of nothing. Free kick is there. Everything that you require from that number 10 kind of player, Eze has it all. Arsenal chances now of winning the Premier League it has skyrockets high.
Do you think they bought Eze for competition with Odegaard, or you think they bought him to play from the left wing?
I feel Eze can play as a number 10 and also in left wing, because if you watch...
But wait, sorry to cut you. How many times they play the left wing? This left wing where they always talk. They play 2 10s in Crystal Palace. Does it literally play a left wing or a left number 10 in Amorim's kind of formation?
That's why I said that. As in Amorim's formation or in Crystal Palace formation, a inside 10 is you can go inside, you can come out.
Yes.
So that's why you see you can play left wing and also play as a number 10.
I think it's a difference between a proper winger, a left winger.
Yeah, Eze can play as a proper winger. He has that. And he can also come inside.
Did he play that in Crystal Palace?
Before they brought in Olivier Glasner, now they were playing a back. That's why I said he can play as left wing and also come inside.
For emergency case.
And Arsenal attack, because when you look at Arsenal attack from the first time they started to now, you see that the attack has come down a bit. It's not of like that Arsenal attack. So you bring in an Eze now, you are pushing. But we all know that Arsenal has the best defense. and it has kept them in the league, kept them in the title. Do you understand? And if you look at Odegaard, he's always playing one-sided. You have that link up between Odegaard, Saka, and Ben White or Timber if he's playing. So when you have Eze, now I hear people complain about Martinelli, but if you look at Martinelli, he's always the one alone in that other side now. So now if you have an Eze can also play as a number 8, depending on, because Eze can play across the attacking and also play as a number 8. And if you watch what Arteta plays, if you watch what Arteta plays a right midfielder and a left wing midfielder, then a sitter. Do you understand? So Eze can also play a left midfielder and also link up if you still want to play Martinelli, because we all know Arteta likes Martinelli, his work rate. So Eze can also play that. And if you watch, Eze has played if you check the front line, Eze has played with a striker, Mateta. So him coming in now will also help Gyökeres. Because you watch that Man U match against Arsenal.
You just Arteta no say Eze go do all this plenty work where you can't.
We know. Do you understand? But the problem now,
Eze if fit it up, you don't teach Arteta work like this.
The problem now is
the
problem now is
play right back as well.
The problem now is that will Arteta allow Eze play? Because we all know Arteta likes Martinelli's work rate in that left wing. And if you watch Crystal Palace are not a possession-based team. They like to sit back in their own shape.
But was he bought to replace Martinelli though?
But do you think he was bought for the first 11 football? I don't think it's going to be.
There's no way.
The only reason this transfer happened.
That's why I said will Arteta allow Eze play?
So I feel like.
Because Arsenal was not even going for Eze.
I think they were. But
it was not too serious. Yes. But because of this assist. Do you understand? That was why they went for Eze. Do you understand?
Injury presented this opportunity.
Yes.
Eze already had an agreement with Arsenal months ago. But it never transpired. So for some time now, I think over a month now, Tottenham were the only team in the world.
Yes.
Especially as Maddison got injured. So Eze going to Tottenham was going to be as a 10.
As a 10, yes.
He was already agreed and all that. Well, so
but will Arteta,
if you are saying details that were not trashed out yet, that they were supposed to, then that was what gave us now this opportunity to come in last minute and swoop in the deal. And Eze, another factor we are forgetting, the personal preference. He's a childhood Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
He played for them. They even let him go as a teenager, right?
That's not good.
Yes, and he struggled to even get a club. It was only QPR that took a chance on him. So Eze, that's why I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him that he got this move.
If you say Eze is not replacing Martinelli, then who will Eze replace?
No, I don't.
They bought it because of Havertz injury.
I feel like Eze
is going to be on the bench.
Yes, now.
Yes, sir.
Why?
So
how will you spend? Eze will bench Martinelli.
No,
if it was another coach,
listen, let me tell you,
Eze is supposed to bench Martinelli.
Let me tell you, he's going to bench Martinelli on the process.
If not another coach, Eze would have been benching Odegaard.
It depends on how Mikel Arteta plays.
That's what, because if you watch,
Mikel Arteta wingers has to always
track back.
That's why I said. That's why I said. If only Arteta allows.
Yes or no?
No, he doesn't.
Do you know why Arsenal didn't want to sign Eze initially?
Yes.
Because they felt like he
his work rate, his all-round play.
No, that was not the reason. Apparently, they say we stifle Nwaneri's progress because Nwaneri, Arsenal tried to groom him to be like Odegaard's successor on the long run.
Yes.
So they felt like because they have that boy, they cannot sign Eze. So Martinelli's backup is Trossard.
So will you now sign? Will you now spend £60 million and put him on the bench?
Yes, that's what football is doing now.
Why?
So at this point,
Rasmus Højlund, they know they put her for bench.
Rasmus Højlund has been playing since even last season. You cannot compare
Why would I
that.
want to sell
No,
that?
you
Why would I
cannot
want to sell
compare
that?
because you've bought Seshko and his price is also higher than
price
Rashford.
is- you can
So
price
you
is
cannot.
similar.
Are you aware that Odegaard is the
If
captain
we
of
want,
the
if
team?
we
Hold on.
wanted
First
to,
of all,
if
you
we wanted to
cannot
bench, if we wanted to bench Rasmus Højlund, we will have done that. But want to sell him
No, we are now
because you
for-
cannot keep
no,
him
no,
that
no,
price
no,
on the.
No, I just
thing.
gave that as a reference.
Let's
Let's
go
go
back
No,
to
it's
Arsenal.
not the same
Let's
thing.
go back
Let's
to
go back to
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
There's no way you can bench Odegaard first of all.
That's
He's
the
the
thing.
captain. And they come. Saka is there. Gyökeres is there. On this left side is the only place that chance.
And
go
it's
dey
Martinelli and
Chance
Trossard.
go there for.
It's Martinelli
Eze.
And it's better than the
There's
two.
Martinelli and Trossard. It's better than the two, yes, centrally, but for wing
I don't think so.
side, I don't think
I don't
so.
think
I
so.
think
Why?
what,
I don't think so.
what I think in this
What can
case,
it's not literally.
They'll find a way to
guy
fit
like
him.
that.
They'll find a way to
Do you
fit
know
him
that?
in
Do you know that?
Mikel
Eze.
Mikel Arteta has to be flexible at this point. See,
At this point,
I feel like what
When
Arsenal
Exactly.
Eze enter, the game go change.
what I think
from
he,
when
what I think
Martinelli
he wants
dey.
to do now, and the reason why
I think
that guy wants to do
Zubimendi
now,
will sit.
Trossard playing as a second fiddle
To Martinelli.
Gyökeres.
No, to Martinelli.
Trossard playing as a second fiddle
Because Kai Havertz is injured.
Since
Okay,
Kai Havertz is
okay,
out,
okay.
then Eze and Martinelli will be on the left.
I don't
That's
think
what
so.
I think.
That's it.
he will
Because you
do.
are saying
And
that he cannot
probably
play
Eze-
that
and
left
that-
wing.
and if Eze is actually coming
But I
into the
disagree.
team, he can change the style of play up front, probably bringing him deep into the midfield to play as in that number 10 role, or maybe they'll just try to do something
One-
different.
one
I feel like he will
one
play
thing
with
you
four
should know- one
midfielders.
thing you should
But I
know
feel like
about-
he will play with four
One
midfielders.
thing you should know-
Then
one
he
thing you
will
know-
be flexible with the other two.
One
what I
thing you
mean
should know is that-
I feel like Zubimendi will sit. Odegaard, Eze will start. Those three. So it will be like a diamond, a triangle.
So where will
Then-
Rice play?
Who Rice? Then the Rice will just be just ahead of them. That means a diamond.
So you cannot play all those
You cannot
midfielders.
play
at
them.
You
once.
can't play all those midfielders at once.
That's because
What
of
you don't understand?
fatigue
What you don't
and
understand?
injury.
What you don't understand is that. What you don't understand is that. What you don't understand is that.
Zubi, man.
What you don't understand
Zubimendi
is
go
that.
best,
Now,
Rice
see, now Arteta has a headache, but a good one.
But I feel like Rice should
It's a
sit
good
there. Eze
headache
should
because
play there.
because what you are saying is that Eze can play on the wing. What you
will
just
see
see,
the- you will get the best of
Eze
it.
is
You will
not
get the best of
Eze
it.
is not.
When last did you
See,
see
as
Eze
a
play on the
winger,
wing?
as a winger, as
For
a
England.
winger,
When last did
as
you
a
see England?
winger, as
For
a
England, he
winger,
did it and he did show.
And he was
as
so
a winger.
I don't think.
Eze-
But do you know?
Eze
But do you know? Eze playing on the
Is not the
wing.
kind of player you buy at that amount. Sorry, and you put him on the bench.
That's it. That way
This
you
is a
don't put him
Premier
on the
League proven
bench.
Player. This is an experienced.
I feel like
player.
Rice will sit.
Eze is
I feel like Rice will
27-year-old
sit.
You
player.
can't bench
He has that
Eze.
experience. He has that skill. He has everything. Everything.
But I'm not
to
surprised.
And
he
again,
bench
and
you
then
go
to
bench
add,
Martinelli.
see, to add
You
more.
go bench Martinelli.
Yes.
That's
it will
the
not
right
work.
now for Arteta.
It will
See,
not work.
okay,
To
do
me,
you know
he's
that?
ahead of
Do you know
Martinelli.
that?
He's ahead of
Do you know
Martinelli.
that if Eze, do you know that
He's
if
ahead
Eze,
of Martinelli.
do you know if Eze plays now, you are saying he cannot play on the wing. Eze likes to come in. When he comes in, what he's doing is freeing up space for the
runner.
But that
left,
comedy you
for
are
the
saying
left
left
back
back,
But when
to
but
move
when you're
front.
forgetting-
That's another
So what
headache.
wait,
if
but when you're forgetting
he's
that
inverting
is-
his left back?
See,
As at that time.
You see?
Bernard, see where in the midst now. That coming in you're talking about, he does it from the middle, not from the flank.
Not from the flank.
From the middle, from the left
Why
side
not
of the
number
midfield.
10?
The left
From
side
the
of the
flank.
midfield. No, it's the left side of the midfield. There's a
Left
way
of
Eze
the
plays.
That's why I say
There's a way Eze
Arteta
plays
has
his
to
ball.
be flexible.
Let me tell you,
up front.
let me
Inside
tell you.
left, he comes inside left.
Let me give you one player that I can say plays like Eze if he goes to the left is Florian Wirtz.
Yes, they are kind of
They're
similar.
Florian
in that,
Wirtz.
yes.
They're similar. They're not
They're
proper
kind of-
wingers.
They're not proper wingers.
You get the way they operate from that
Yes,
place.
yes.
They can't go that wide.
If you use
That's
as
what I'm
far
saying.
wide,
That's
They
what I'm
can't
saying. That's what
go
I'm
that
saying.
wide.
See,
Yes,
that's what I'm
it
saying.
cannot
That's what I'm
work.
saying. And
It cannot work.
again, it will depend on the team.
I feel
It
like
depends on
Arsenal's
the
best
team
formation
because
now,
it depends on the
will sit.
team.
Eze will play that Rice role.
Arteta
Rice
has
will
to be
sit.
flexible
Do you know how much they
up
bought
front.
Rice?
Formation and the
Rice
player
cannot
picks.
sit o.
Rice
I know
cannot
that.
sit.
Where Rice they play for West Ham.
No, not before. You know,
Ah,
City.
Where they play for West
When
Ham.
Rice sits
No,
against
no, no,
PSG,
no.
what
See,
happens?
see, what you
When
one
Rice
thing,
sits
one
against
thing.
Rice
PSG,
must do that box to
One
box.
thing you
That's
understand,
what
one thing you
West
understand is that okay,
Rice
but we
is
also
number 8. He's
no
better
see,
than Eze.
but see,
Let me see them.
but
We
look,
know
but
for West
did you know
Ham.
that?
But when they come bring in the other guy, the
What's the-
Sushek.
what's the-
When the Sushek come,
Eh.
he come dey play 8. He gonna go
Then
for.
when they bring Sushek.
Now they tell you now, you don't tell when
You
do that.
cannot sit
to step
Rice
back.
because
Rice no-
you need
What do you mean
Rice.
cannot sit
You
Rice?
need
You
Rice
can-
work
you can
rate.
step back.
Yes, if I have an Eze, why not?
Rice
Do you
cannot be a
think? Do you
sitter.
know Rice cannot be a
Cannot be a
sitter?
sitter, cannot be a sitter.
Why?
Because he
can't
plays
be
that
like
8
that.
well, and exactly.
Rice
You can't play
He
only
doesn't have
Zubimendi.
that
You can't
strength.
play
He doesn't
only
have that
Zubimendi.
strength.
No, that number
He has
6.
the strength,
That's
he
it.
has
When
it.
Partey-
Wait,
when
wait.
Partey was
That's
absent-
good.
Wait.
When Partey was absent. See, the reason, okay, if
Mike, I want you
if they
something.
want to use Rice for that number, say what's the need of bringing Zubimendi?
Exactly.
Good.
Zubimendi is
question.
better placed in that
And we
position.
even have a Nogard.
Yes,
You have a Nogard too.
There's no
Zubimendi
way.
cannot be the best.
There's no
Nogard
way.
And do you know that? Do you know that? Do you know that? Rice? Do you know that Rice? Do you know that?
If you are not going to play Rice, the
big problem
see,
for the coach.
if you are not going to play Rice there, now two things. Either Eze go the play as first nine, which is not possible because of the money he uses signing Jokores, or he go bench.
Now bench.
He go bench because
But-
I don't see him benching
Let me tell you.
Martinelli. I won't even lie to you.
Will he bench Martinelli in the future? I think so. But now,
I don't even
no.
think so.
But how does Arsenal play? You remember
Not
that?
concern us
Remember
how
that
they
Arsenal?
play.
Remember that?
Hold on. No, not concern us how
We're looking
they are
at the
playing.
player profile now.
What we are telling you is that as at now,
They actually
going
need
into
an Eze
Arsenal's team
this
and
season.
Arsenal's structure, Eze cannot bench Martinelli right now. Do you think he can bench him? Yes or no?
Yes, he
Immediately.
can. Yes.
Depends on Arteta.
Yes or no?
Yes. Quality for quality.
No.
No.
No. Now we
I
can
don't
two
think
year
so.
black.
I don't think so.
Quality for quality.
Now we can two year
I
black.
look at me. I'm even coming from Eze's play style. You will not
You
get the
understand?
best out of him. Then.
Good.
You won't.
But do you know that Martinelli needs space to walk?
Forget that space where they do the work. What do they answer now? Say,
And
go.
Eze and Arsenal likes to choke the opponent.
Eze no go fit bench Martinelli yet. It's not possible. What do you mean? Are you the look? What do you mean? They talk now?
Eze no go start for
That's from the
Arsenal.
fact of is he a better player? than
Let's see
Martinelli?
now.
Yes. By far.
Yes.
By
We
far.
agree that,
That's
yes.
what it
I
means.
know where you're
But
going
what
because
I'm
of
telling you,
Martinelli's
system,
Martinelli's
that's
work
not-
rate.
style of play.
Martinelli's
Arsenal
work
plays,
rate
no.
now.
If you take
I
time,
know.
Arteta has to be flexible.
The way Arsenal
Arsenal
plays,
But then let me even not tell you, look at the Gyökeres that they even signed, who seems to be like in numbers.
Unless
the best
maybe they
striker.
Shey I
Hold
told
Hold
you.
on, let's
Shey I
go.
told you
Hold on,
something
let's
about
go
that
here.
Gyökeres.
Wait now, who seems to be like the best informed striker as at now for the young boys. You know, when they buy, so that's with the numbers. So
Yes.
you understand, 97 goals, more than 3 games. How long I I even give my for a bringer come as I put Cavas. So people there where they team already before you come.
That's because of
Martinelli,
Arteta.
you understand? Martinelli must. Do you know the work rate he gives to Arteta?
I get your point. I get your
Arteta
point.
has shifted from an attacking coach to a defensive
Yes.
coach.
Yes,
That's
that's what
what
I'm telling you that their attack line
They
now
will not.
has
I think
has
what
gone
happened to
down.
Arteta is
Unless
that,
maybe when they use Eze for first
so
line.
me, man, tell you. See, listen, I think
That's the only thing
I
I've
think
seen
Arteta
already.
sat down and was like, I played this beautiful football 2 years straight. I don't win anything. And these guys say, attack win you games, defense win you trophies. Could it be that my defense not really the yes, man, let me try and I think scoring goals is not my problem in my team
More
again.
defensive mindset.
You understand? Scoring goals to get 1 or 2 goals not my problem again.
Yeah.
Let us be more compact, more sami defend well. Maybe go give us something. I always say that there's no team in the world that can defend 100% and attack 100% at the same time. It's not there for
It must
issue of
be a
football.
balance.
There must be a balance, yeah.
Now that Arteta has shifted about 70% of his mentality to defense, he Bukayo Saka and Martinelli, both of them, minus them that day against Man U win them. But the amount of support where Saka and Martinelli they give
No, to
the left back
Eze-
and right
Eze
back
doesn't have that, huh?
Eze
No,
not
Eze
better.
doesn't have that. We know
You
that
understand?
one.
The only person we need to pray to God now for a life now Odegaard. First of all, the Adams, their former legend, already told me to strip him of the captain, give her to Declan Rice. There is no captain, and Arsenal fans are divided in that case. Some people say they need Declan. Like me, I want Declan to be the captain or Gabriel. You know, I think Gabriel or Declan, people who have that vibe. You know, so first of all, people don't try for that Odegaard. If you not play well, Eze, Besha well. Eze go just be the number 10
But
of the
another-
team.
but another
And
thing-
then, to me,
another thing I forget.
Eze over Odegaard.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Eze
That's
normally
dicey.
drifts
But another thing we're talking about
to the left
the
side.
way
of-
Odegaard
But you
comes-
don't blame.
Odegaard
But you
comes
don't
from the
blame.
right in.
That's what I'm
Eze
saying.
is better
That's
from
what
the
I'm
left
saying.
in.
That's
So,
what I'm saying.
that's why it's-
The only person
Arteta. That's what I'm
playing
saying.
Eze's natural position in Arsenal is Rice, but they will not bench him for Rice because
See,
of
that's what I'm saying.
So, I
Arteta
don't
has to
know.
be
This
flexible
signing,
now.
I don't know.
Arteta has to
As
be
much as a
flexible.
good
He has to
signing,
go
but I don't
from
know.
he has to go from a 4-3-3 to a 4-2-3-1.
I beg, go
Because
get
that
Arteta
way,
number.
you have a single. No, because you are saying Odegaard. You are saying Odegaard. You are saying Odegaard
I'm thinking,
stays
Arsenal
on
for
the
Eze, I
right.
feel like they want to play me in the first line. Maybe
You are saying
Gyökeres not dey play well,
Odegaard
they will
stays
put
on the
am.
right,
First
and
line
if you
will
play a
not work.
4-3-3, that's how it
Because they only
works.
bought it because of injury to
That's why
Havertz.
I say Arteta must come.
He has to be
up.
flexible. He has to come on
when
because
he
he's a
has
good
to
head.
Let's not waste our time analyzing what Arteta will come up with. Let's look forward to what he will come up with. But for now, you think Arsenal he say Arsenal don't get 90% chance of winning the league? Do you think?
Yeah, they have a 90% chance of winning
You
the
don't
league.
tell me yesterday say they are winning the league.
They are winning the league,
You understand?
unfortunately.
So
I'm a Liverpool
that's it.
fan, but I have to say it.
So now we've used about 20 minutes on Eze because I think it's the biggest news in football right now. So it's worth every minute spent right there. Now to the main matter, when me be my lawyer.
I don't be loyal. honestly.
What does the law say? You don't even hear black, you're just small cap now remain as the chamber. It was all of a chamber here. I told him that I don't think any player is bigger than the club. Number one. Eze, I love how we are drifting from Eze into this topic. It's a player that, in my opinion, I'm not sure say Isak big passer like that in terms of service to a club. I think Eze has been in Crystal Palace longer than Isak has been in Newcastle.
Yes.
Right? Good.
Yes.
Eze wanted to leave. We know he wants to leave this season. One drama, we know here. Whether he can go Tottenham, whether they can go Arsenal. Although I prefer Arsenal, he was very professional about it. He managed himself, do everything, no disrespect anywhere. This guy, they tell me say, Newcastle not get right to hold on to Isak right now. And we have seen the current football. Hold on. Hold on. I dey come my land. Oh yeah, wait, make I land now. We've seen the current football of players misbehaving. You know, Wisa archived everything that concerns Brentford. Medical doctor. Where go Unilag? Whenever complete asthmanship. Fofana.
Glass legs.
Glass leg. Fofana for Chelsea. See the game man, they archive post. Fofana. 3 years, 3 game.
Guy.
They game man, they archive post.
That's very bad.
This force is almost
2 times. Garnacho is there. You know, players who wants to force themselves out of the I don't play again. All of a sudden, relation just went. Then Isak and I be the chairman. Just as if we are top 9 for football, so he be top 9
for all of them.
For players now where they get problem with club. Now the main question I want to ask, I want him to lead us in.
All right.
Between Isak and Newcastle, who is doing the wrong thing? Between Isak and the club, who is doing the wrong thing?
Both of them.
How is the club doing the wrong thing?
Okay, good. You see, Eze now, he communicated to Crystal Palace saying he won't leave. And when bid came for him, Crystal Palace, they were willing to listen. They were willing to negotiate. Newcastle, they don't want to hear anything. We know what said. Even when this player has communicated to you, they don't want to say that 150 na word on the streets.
They did not want to sell.
Okay, let's go ahead.
They don't want to sell him.
They don't want to sell, yes. We can have right to not sell.
Yes.
No, yes,
Do you have right
granted.
to not sell, yes or no?
Make I talk now.
Okay, go ahead.
Granted, they don't have right to say or not. They have the right to. Also, same way the player doesn't have right to say doesn't want to play too. Let's be honest, now slavery. What's it?
See how they get issue with that.
Yes, that's slavery.
They hear you talk.
I'll answer you.
Continue.
Now slavery.
Good.
It's a simple thing. Player, beginning of last season, tell una say, I won't leave. This will be my last year with this club. He communicated it to the then sporting director. I've forgotten her name, but I think she is no longer on seat. Something like that. She don't leave. Which is part of the issue now with concerning this Isak matter.
Who will get the agreement with not the club again?
The verbal agreement.
Okay.
The verbal agreement.
Where follow talk.
Wait, and there was even promises made to him by that same person while on seat. There was a gentleman agreement, right? Fine, it wasn't written. It wasn't written, but there was a gentleman agreement on
verbal agreement.
Verbal agreement. Yes, that's what they call it.
Gentleman agreement.
That's what they call it.
Hold on now.
That's what they call it. But what makes you a man if you cannot keep to your word? Anyway,
wait,
go.
No, they Liverpool fan now. No, they want to sign Isak.
No, it's not about Liverpool.
No. Make
Continue.
So when I don't do all these things finish, player, a record bid came for you. And this a player don't tell una say he won't leave. The record bid come. And una dey in negotiation with another striker. So this record bid will come. They come to us okay.
And that's give us Ekitike,
yes. Make una give us Isak. Or because Ekitike apparently was Liverpool's backup option if they don't get Isak.
Yes.
As at that time of the window. And the club knows fully well that this player has communicated the fact to them that he wants to leave. Bid come. Una say no. Make Liverpool carry their money go. Make they go sign Ekitike, we no go sell. The player come vex. So are you telling me the player does not have every right to be upset when a record bid came? Now it's not small money Liverpool offer that time 120, which is a record bid because Florian Wirtz is 116. 120 came. Una say no. It's not for sale. That was the word they gave to Liverpool. It's not for sale.
Yes.
They never say 150. The others on the word of the street. It's not for sale.
Yes.
That was what was communicated to Liverpool.
Yes.
And this player don't sit there and say he won't come out. And when I expect the player to be happy.
Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Good. Now, does the club have a right to say we are not selling now? Yes or no?
Yes, they do.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not be okay. I tell you they pay now. Liverpool fan. It's not be okay. Do they have right to say I'm not selling yes or no?
And secondly, they don't need to sell.
Wait, I'm going to. We'll go fight you. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Now that they are not going to, they said okay, it's not for sale. Where did the club now do wrong? Because you said both of them are wrong. So we're not seeing where Newcastle they do wrong.
For
now.
rejecting the bid, because that was a record bid.
Sure.
Yes, because the player don't tell them say won't leave, which means they
Wait,
could have sold him and got it.
Wait, does that mean that any player that stand up and say I want to leave, they should leave? If Palmer stand up tomorrow now and say I want to leave Chelsea, should Chelsea sell him?
Will Newcastle give him his ambition?
Which kind of talk be that?
Which kind of talk be that? More than realistic
Wait,
now. They are still a small club compared to
Hey,
the things
Lakers
that
are not winning Premier League. Lakers are not winning
my
Premier
brother,
League.
you've been watching football for how many
Wait,
years now? How many times that kind of thing happen?
Wait,
More they talk to
That
you, how many
one-
times that kind of thing
this one is
happen?
a
That's an
different
anomaly.
argument.
That's an
different
anomaly.
No, not that.
More they
No,
honest.
let's be honest. Hold on. If Leicester can win the league at a time, is it possible that Newcastle can still win it at a time?
Oh,
Just as they have a better squad than that.
Team when I win trophy for 70 years, why they do like that?
Wait, now they go somewhere now. The club can look and say, okay, last
all
year.
carriers go another place.
Wait.
On my space, all carriers go now. Lambert,
see,
na lie.
Last year,
Ah.
we win Carling Cup. Abi? Let's see what we can achieve together again this year.
And add more to our squad.
And add more to our
Quality
squad
to
before
our
we go see
squad.
whether we go feel sell you.
And I know I
You
achieve that
understand?
thing together with you.
Then now
Now
you
by
say
force.
the players are not achieve that thing with you.
But you are still an employee there.
So if you dey work for place where they promise you pay rise, and you don't feel like say this place no go fit match your ambition, because to show say Newcastle is not even that size of a club, Eshesco they could not land, Ekitike they could not land.
That one, this one,
Now,
this one,
Man
different.
U, with the players not go to Man U and Liverpool over Newcastle, they will.
Exactly the point. So why your striker no go still wan go that club?
The team be
Abeg, talk.
say. The team be say.
Because
Currently, right now in football,
I go soon first.
currently right now in football, there's no more loyalty.
Exactly.
Simple.
Now, let me explain this. Let me
Which
break
is
it
very
down.
bad.
Let me break it down. The likes of then Francesco Totti, the likes of Company, Frank Lampard, and the rest, they know they again like they did before. So now the clubs already know. Now the clubs are taking this more or less like business, which is more of what is happening right now in football. Now they know that a player has an ambition. Themselves as a club, they have an ambition. Now, there are reasons why a player leaves a club, why a player go on strike to leave a club, to force their way out. I'll give you a few of them. One, when the club does not match its set goals and ambition, a player wants to leave.
Newcastle is doing.
Secondly, when the
Newcastle does not.
Why?
When Newcastle win Premier League,
secondly,
we then win Champions League.
secondly,
More than realistic
wait
now.
now,
Why not I do like
make
that?
I bland now.
Why not I do like
Where they go
that?
now?
Secondly,
Which ambition?
Secondly, when a player have
So you Liverpool win Premier League.
I know that's that.
Yes or no?
Compared to Newcastle,
Now you get her.
simple question. Compared to Newcastle,
Make it they continue.
compared to Newcastle.
No, Liverpool had more chance. Make it continue.
secondly,
that's a question. Why they answer
secondly,
question?
and they give reasons why player feel won't leave club before I can tell you the solution.
Yes, my man, believe you.
Secondly, a player like when they have attitude problems with the coach or issues like Sancho, they are asked to leave the club. At that time, nobody player won't leave. Sometimes the player said won't go. Sometimes the player go say he won't go because I don't feel cohabit with this coach. Okay. Thirdly, financial package. Because every player at the end of their season, at the end of their career, not be only that's this thing they go show trophy and the whatever. You have to show money at that point. So most of that thing where they drive that issue is most the agents. Is the agent has a big hand in this. Agents gets 3% of the players' weekly pay and 10% where they want to transfer. So sometimes the agent has a very, very big issue concerning this because if they tell Isak say, see, no play again, go on strike, do this, do that at that point. Now, also, a player's ambition, like I said earlier, now what are the solutions to this? Release clause. Release clause are the solutions. That gentleman agreement where they get, it's not written. It's not legal. It's not legally binded.
True. It's not
So at that point, there is bound to be problems. Now, let me tell you, a player can also leave to a small club that doesn't have that ambition, but there's financial package.
Yes.
Carlos Tevez from Manchester United to Manchester City. There are so many of them. Why are players going to Saudi Arabia for the financial package? Does Saudi Arabia have the ambition to win the Champions League or to win, their own Champions League? No.
Should I answer this point?
Make I finish now.
Money there.
Yes, so there are different reasons. That's why I said you cannot just pick one that this is the reason why this player wants to. There's so many things happening behind the scene that you are not seeing as a fan. I'm not seen as a fan. He's not seen as a fan. So football is broad, football is wide, and most importantly, this is business. Before that club buy that player from another club, he know say I dey buy player from this club. That player might also go on strike. Look at what happened to Mbappe. All right, he had issues with PSG, so he had to also force his way out. Saying, "See, I don't want renew my contract." It happened for football, so they already know.
But that one,
no, it's a different case. I understand. See, I understand. So they are different cases.
So the contract, he calm down, play the ball.
Yes.
Isak don't pack, come up for house.
So that's why they tell you say
we need to understand this.
Isak is just 25. If by the time the contract runs out, he will be 28, going to 29.
See,
which top team will come for him at that time?
See,
one young striker fit don dey come up that time. You don't know that.
Newcastle don't say they go sell am next year.
One more thing to avoid players going on strike. One more thing to avoid. One more thing to avoid.
They don't write am publicly. Show me the writer. Show me.
Can I say something?
One more thing. Sorry, make I just round up. One more thing to avoid players going on strike is that ambition of that player. Put down for that your club. Sign those players who go improve the team.
Which they wanted to do.
Because if you are not doing that, if you are not doing that, it pushes the player out. The players wants to go. The players want to go to a big club at the end of the day.
Maybe say Isak say he won't even stay. Newcastle cannot even attract any quality striker right now.
They can't. So you're telling him to stay? Problems.
Why can't
the problem?
No.
This guy won't win Champions League. He won't play big competitions.
I know they understand.
Because now the club and the player are wrong. That's my verdict. The club and the player are wrong. Both of them are wrong. First step for the two of them.
Hold on. Before you go in, we are saying the club and the player are wrong. Mind you, the reason we brought this topic is for us to really understand where the player did wrong, where the club did wrong, for people to really get the different view. If Newcastle, to me, I'm standing on Newcastle, they're not wrong for anywhere.
All right.
If you say the club, they are wrong at a particular point, where Newcastle did they wrong?
Okay, let me tell you now. Before you sign a player, you already know that this player is not going to retire here. This player had an ambition, that's why he came to your club.
Hold on, no.
Let's start from there.
Let's start from there. Let me cut you there.
Okay.
The reason Liverpool is coming for Isak now because he succeeded.
Yes.
Hold on.
That's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong. And I'll prove that to you.
Wait now.
I'll prove that to you.
Let's
when you finish, I'll prove that to you. That's where you're wrong.
Did they not sign a Callum Wilson?
That was way before Isak. That was way before Isak.
Wait now.
That was way before Isak.
Yes, now they not signed Callum Wilson as a striker before.
And also Chris Wood.
Any top club come for them? No. Hold on, because it did not work out. Now you can't get one red flower. Don't you have a village team saying, wait. We saw a red flower in your compound. We want to block it.
You are wrong.
So now, this guy don't turn red flower. Now, why the big club come?
You are wrong.
You saying that when they sign out, they're not saying they're not be final.
That is where the player's ambition comes in.
Can I see something?
You can't be sure for the
course you are wrong.
If it have not worked, you go.
No, let me tell you why you are wrong. Should I tell you why you are wrong? Should I tell you why you are wrong?
No, Newcastle go sign him.
Why this have become?
No.
Why this have
Newcastle go sign him?
No,
they know he has a
Newcastle won't sign Isak.
We Newcastle compete for the Premier League and the Champions League. No.
Wait.
They will not compete.
Let me say something. First of all, Newcastle, they don't have. Do they need to sell Isak? No. That's what we need to get the facts right. They need to sell Isak. No, they don't need to sell Isak. Now you are saying their club for ambition. If they had Isak, they will be going for a second striker, not a main striker.
Yes.
What they'll be looking to is get more creativity into the team. Now with Isak leaving, you are giving Newcastle a problem of looking for two strikers because Callum Wilson is also going.
Why they not renew?
Wait. You cannot renew Callum because how many times did he play?
So many things.
Now, You are talking about a gentleman agreement. They don't. Okay, see, Gyökeres and Sporting Lisbon. Did they stick to it? No. It's also, yes, both of them were wrong, but it's also something that you, as a player, because there was also a rumor that before last season ended, that if Newcastle don't qualify for Champions League, player like Bruno Guimaraes, Isak will leave, which they eventually qualify for Champions League. That's one. Now, Isak is something that you can also do. Okay, I would speak to the club, have a release clause for next year, because you keep shouting transfer record. Next year, a club like Madrid might need a striker. Club like Arsenal, or let's leave Arsenal. Club like Bayern Munich might need a striker. Club like Liverpool might still need a striker. And there'll be competition. Then you are talking about 150 being a record. Do you know how much Isak will cost next season? Good. Because let's get the fact right. Why?
If he does not below,
if we go below,
let's get the fact. Let's get the fact.
An unhappy player in your squad.
Wait. That's why I said. That's why I started with. That's why I said the two were wrong, because you can still have your agreement written. You can still sign a new deal, and still have an agreement written.
New deal, they said the release clause.
And then you sign a release clause.
Yes.
But let me say what.
Because the way you are going about it, even if you keep saying he wants to leave, he can go on strike. Because if you look at now, Isak is more of the black sheep now on internet than the club.
And the club, yes.
Because as long as whether you like it or not, you have a contract to that club. And you cannot come out and say you have a gentleman agreement with this club. No.
Okay, good. I want to talk something now. As me and you did, me and you not guys now. Then maybe you can tell me and you can get agreement.
You guys are big.
Get out. But me and you can get agreement. Say, okay, so we get agreement or something, right? Then you can't go back on your word. Because they will not sign contract. You can't use the fact they will not sign contract. Take day against me. Then you want me to use love, they play for you.
No, that does not make sense.
That doesn't make sense.
No,
because
no.
Yes, that was not written agreement.
See,
but you already has an agreement.
Let's for Cunha. Can we talk about Cunha? It was sent to Cunha.
I never will talk the meeting. No, they don't go back on their word. Because if you look at Isak's statement, he say agreements and promises were made that they went back on. They reneged on those agreements. And you are expecting to be happy. That one. Then secondly, that one where you say Isak cry for Newcastle, now why Liverpool they come from? That's a lie, and I'll tell you why. Liverpool has always wanted to sign Isak when he was a 17-year-old at AIK. This is not tell you, go check him. I'm not even lying.
Leave that one.
No. Isak and Liverpool is a relationship that has been grooming, and I'll tell you why.
That one you are going far.
Good. Do you know that Liverpool wanted to sign Isak? Liverpool.
They
are scouting team. No, it was club that vetoed against our signing. Club wanted newness.
Good.
So that they tell you,
if a
Isak
striker
has always
doesn't
been on Liverpool's radar.
If a striker doesn't work at the club, the club can discard him.
Exactly. That's attitude.
So
that was
if a player has been doing this for too long, a club can say, I don't want you
again. I was also getting to that.
So also, see,
I was also getting to that.
You cannot be saying with one side.
Yes.
The two side is wrong. I'm telling you,
the two side is wrong. The two side are wrong. But I employed you. Do you understand? I employed you.
So
do you understand? No, it's not about being slave. It's not about being slave. It's not about being slave.
Hold on, let me say something.
See Donnarumma.
This 11 minutes, no, it's on 152.
See Donnarumma. See Donnarumma.
Let me say something.
I'll cause so many cases.
Wait, let me say something. First of all, for football, there's nowhere in the history of football that the player is bigger than the club.
Nowhere.
That was the first word.
That's not big. So many say now. Many international level.
Oh God.
Yes, now.
Do you agree?
I agree.
Why? It's because na club employ you.
That's
not
like
pass your oga. Wait.
Man, that thing that they use the wine players.
No.
Let me tell you. You get some things where go happen. Maybe you hear some issues about record label deal with oga and boy. You first label the suffer. Now the day you sit down with the record label owner, when he go come show you things from the owner side, and then you can understand. We know in our head that normally for football, when you play a good reach one level, you want to go to a bigger club. Traditionally, we know that's how they want to do it. Yes. Don't forget that every signing is a gamble. Your club talk one word.
Every signing is a gamble.
Your club talk one word. Your former coach, the coach who made you who you are now, you useless man. If not for him, if not see you.
Now club what will make you fit sit down and follow me talk. Now but no wahala. Now club what will make you fit sit down and follow me talk. But no wahala. I don't hear you.
What if I can't spend 100 million for a player, the player can't injure? Do you remember when you said that word?
Mm-hmm.
So what if you can't spend 100 million for a player, the player can't injure?
But that is a gamble on the buying side.
That's what I'm telling you. Everybody don't swear zero, we'll go again. So because the club was among the people that dislike how the market was. Players getting different useless
inflated
if
price.
na club dey they no even talk about this Isak 120 go tell them say leave am go Wolves go bring one boy come out use am dey show you something. You don't understand? Now unless club need the player that much. Now you wan buy this Isak now when Newcastle get this guy from Sociedad, nobody follow them compete.
No one.
We know him at Sociedad. As I say, he heard plenty more for her. Nobody really know. We know her, but nobody really go compete for her. Newcastle took the gamble on him.
Liverpool pulled that to that race.
Baba. There's nowhere Liverpool dropped a bid to Sociedad. If you show me, I give you 100,000 here on this live video.
You know there's a,
this video
there's a difference between rumor. There's a difference between rumor
and actual facts.
So if you drop me money for Isak,
we did not make an official bid.
Wait, hold on. Newcastle signing Isak came out of the blue moon. Newcastle signing Isak came out of the blue moon.
No be Arsenal start the Ronaldo first before Ronaldo come on you.
No be to the shout.
So you want to say Arsenal let's go for Ronaldo?
No be to the shout. See,
you don't drop bid, so don't disturb me. You don't drop bid.
Even if you don't drop bid, there's what you call there's interest. There was interest.
So why didn't you go further? What was the reason of not going further?
This is the way Arsenal just signed overnight now. Did Arsenal go for?
So are you now saying
last night? But we all knew this window that Eze Arsenal had interest in it.
Newcastle at some point.
See, yes, they should.
It must be something behind the scene that transpired.
This guy never let me land. Then now you say, I'm not talking quickly. Now you sign the guy. You took a gamble on him, and the deal can't work. Then when the deal works, or when they agreed the deal, there was no agreement in the document that you must put a release clause, and there was no agreement that so you must sell me. Then we go on and we won a trophy after 70 years in this club. Then we have that motive of
building more to go more.
Are you aware that, yes or no,
yeah,
that if Isak leaves this club, if for example that Newcastle was going for an Eze, for example, immediately Eze yes Isak don't come out, you know go there again.
Yes. Because one of your
because that shows that
they don't have ambition
of that year, you cannot achieve it again. Then the club then the club can't do and say, okay, as it be like this, you go straight next year. Without winning last year, I think we can achieve more. For football now, not be just about winning trophy, not be the money.
And getting a striker. You also know that getting a striker is not always easy in transfer markets.
Where they laugh.
Where you reach for Champions League before you come out, it's more money. Are you aware?
I agree.
Not the only trophy be money now. Do you get? So for our level, you get what we see achieve more. See FA Cup money where you calculate just now 20-something million. I think we can win the FA Cup. Two of us. Can you also win the FA Cup?
Yes.
Good. 20-something million now you go just now. So let's see one more season with you. Then the next thing you say no. For what? Una must send me this year. Shebi una promised me with March last year, so una must send me this year. The next thing you move out from your house.
So what do you mean the guarantee say that next year go reach go see seller?
Because they'll have a written agreement and a release clause. Okay. The Cunha. Wait, I want to ask one question.
You know Newcastle had a chance of signing Ekitike and they rebuff.
But was Ekitike coming in to replace Isak?
No, when see Ekitike, there was an Ekitike bid. No, there was an Ekitike offer.
Was Ekitike coming in to replace Isak?
Do you know why? You cannot be asked that question. Do you know why? Because you are forgetting the fact that Isak has communicated the fact that he wants to leave since the beginning of last season.
But they don't want to sell now.
They don't want to sell now.
Yes.
That is
And they have every right.
It's not on Isak.
They don't want to sell. Look at this. Look at this thing now. 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 You as a club now. You as a club now. You are forgetting that. You are forgetting that. Getting a striker from another league and coming into this league is very difficult.
You know they use fact, they use emotion. What's the meaning of? Is this slavery?
Is it slavery?
As I don't work again,
there's nothing like slavery here. Are you not being paid?
Was players stand up, say they come up for club, they sell like millions, so they be.
No.
So what are you saying?
What are you saying?
Players, a club they reject bid for players.
Wait.
It happen.
See, you've not answered my question. You've not answered my question. Do Newcastle need to sell Isak this season?
No.
They don't have financial problems, so no.
So what are you saying?
And you are telling me that okay, you are bringing in Ekitike now. How would you bring in Ekitike
You are
now?
talking from the club side. I'm talking from the player side.
No,
They didn't
I
look
said
only
something.
club
I said
side.
something. I said
they
something.
are also
I said
involved.
So the
something.
plan are robots.
I said something. You still
wait,
no.
no. What is a club?
So because it's signed contract, the plan don't get mad again. You will not consider
Okay. I want to ask you one question. I want to. Did Konya sign a new deal and also with a release clause before Man you bought him? Yes or no?
I don't really know much about it.
Let me tell you, what is a wait?
He did.
I don't know. I don't really know much about
What
it.
is a
He was
club?
supposed to leave in January.
Yes.
The club refused.
Let me tell you, what makes up
Then
a club?
Konya signed a new deal and also got a release clause, which Newcastle can still do for Isak.
It's a gentleman agreement.
Because that is a written agreement. When I started I said that if you have a gentleman agreement, it is very difficult to make an argument.
Very difficult.
Because if you have a gentleman agreement, you need a witness,
One.
you need testimony,
Yes.
and so on for a gentleman
And
agreement.
evidence,
But once
any
you have a
evidence.
written agreement,
Simple.
it's simple.
What
Now
we talk again?
Newcastle do not need to sell Isak this season.
At all.
Firstly, as a player, what do you do? Okay, fine. I will stay one more season, but I will have person they get deal. You go still renew another deal, top am,
Yes.
and have a release clause.
Yes.
That is perfect for
Now
this
this
season.
is just you realize you are just coming from the club side.
Yes.
Yes, now I'm coming from
Are we-
both
are we-
sides.
are we-
Yeah, no, because
you are
the
not
way.
saying-
Okay.
you are not
saying-
Oh, yeah, come for the player.
No, Mike, say what you
No,
want to say.
you are
Mike,
your
Mike,
point.
Mike,
Your
Mike,
your point is gentleman's agreement.
Oh, yeah, come
I
on,
am
no,
telling you
gentleman's
because you
agreement.
cannot keep
Wait,
saying
I
you
tell
cannot
you,
keep
he
saying
says he
I
wants to
cannot
come on
stick
the
to
player
my
side. Yeah,
word.
come on the
The
player
thing is
side.
that there's no club.
Is it from the player side?
Yes, there is
Okay.
no club or there is no football institution without an athlete. Now that player go now they make football club is not a player is not bigger than a football club. But what is a football club without players? Now you cannot keep an unhappy player in your team. That is what I kept
That is
before.
a stupid
Before I
statement.
start,
There's not a stupid
before I
statement.
start,
Statement.
no,
Even
before
professionals
I
have
start-
played the game
Wait,
before they
hold
all
on,
say
hold
it's
on,
lost.
cannot keep on a
Even
happy
professionals
player.
have played the
Hold
game
on,
before they all
hold
say
on,
it's.
hold on,
Before I started,
hold
I
on.
spoke
Let me
about
ask
the
you
list
something.
and you picked it up.
Let me ask
What
you
you
something.
say?
Mike, wait. Let me ask you something.
Yes.
Me and you there here for this podcast. When you start football content, when you call the tell people, when you call the tell them, this man I follow Mike way kicks, so I don't do football content, right? Good. We'll not get any contract. Do you understand? But you dey always come support my stuff. Then all of a sudden, you can just start say, I no wan come dey follow you do again. Oh. Do you expect me to just take it like that? Okay, now it's fine.
No.
Why?
Because before I blew up, I was always coming to support you. Yeah.
Do you understand? Good. So why are you not telling me that Isak can just say, I don't
want to play again and I will sell you.
No. We are going somewhere. Now we shout now. No, calm down so we get the line. Why are you not telling me that Isak can just say, I don't play again, and Newcastle can go with it?
Okay. Do you know that a player?
Mind you, Isak cannot go with you saying,
Yes.
mind you, so continue.
Let me tell you. Let me give you a few examples. Do you know a player does not make a contract situation or sign a contract without an agent? Now, before Raheem Sterling came to Manchester City, he negotiated his deal himself. Kevin De Bruyne, he negotiated the deal himself with Manchester City. So there's a lot going on behind the scene that you are not seeing as a fan. That's why I'm telling you that you cannot blame the player 100%.
Hold on.
You cannot.
No, let me tell you.
You cannot blame
Let
the
me tell
player.
you, you cannot judge your matter based on waiting we not know.
Okay.
Everything here
It's based on what is online.
Based on what is online.
Let me
and
just
what
say
we
this,
have
please.
seen.
Let me just say
Don't
this,
tell me there was something
Let me
that
say
happened,
this.
but you
Let me say
don't
this,
even
please.
know.
Let me say this, please.
What if
before you go come on my
what
head.
if something happen and a Newcastle Isak be the bad person, you know?
Let me say this, please.
Do you have
Let me
any
say this,
evidence?
please. Let me say this,
Good.
please.
You
Isak
cannot go make an
communicated
argument on her
with the
assumption.
club beginning of last season that okay, I go give una this year, but I won't come out end of season.
How do
Yes
you
or
know
no?
he
The
communicated?
news is out there now.
That
The news
was-
is out there.
That was what
That
he.
was-
That was
It
his
was
own. That
reported
was
by
his
it was
own.
reported by
That
the
was what
Athletic.
he wrote.
Wait,
That was-
no, it
Carry
was
your
first
phone.
no, it was first
Carry
reported by the
your
Athletic,
phone.
David Austin.
See your phone. Give
Oh.
her the phone. May I give you phone?
No interrupt me, Ben. This is the
May
online.
I give you phone? May you bring am out?
It was reported by David Einstein
That what?
by of the Athletic that
Eh?
Isak communicated with Newcastle beginning of last season
that what?
that by the end of the season he is going to leave, which means he has given Newcastle ample time to get a replacement. They failed to do that because deep in their heart they don't say they go whine at the end of the season. They don't go want to release him
Okay, now let me ask you.
just because they know that he has 3
Oh, yeah,
years left
so
on
hold on,
his
see,
deal.
hold on,
That
hold
is,
on.
then a record bid came for him at the end of the season. Newcastle said no, and you expect that player to be happy.
Yeah, let me ask you a question.
What are you saying?
Can I ask you a question?
Why are you do like that?
Can I ask you a question?
This is a straightforward
Okay, let me
thing.
ask
I
you
don't
a
know why
question.
we
Wait,
go
let me
back
ask you a
and forth.
question. Where in the contract or in football gave Isak that right to say? Do you understand? Where for football law?
All the players wey Chelsea sign, all of them get release clause.
Oh God!
All the players wey Chelsea sign, all of them get release clause.
Isak to make sure say he get the
All
move
the
this
transfer
year.
news wey we dey see,
Where
na all
for
of them
football
get.
they back up Isak to make sure say he
You
get the
answer
move
this my
year?
question. I wan ask you this question. All the transfer wey una dey make, na all of them get release clause.
No.
Good. Which means when the player don communicate with those clubs say I wan leave and bid came for them, what did the club did?
Let me tell you.
So why did Newcastle reject Isak bid? Knowing fully well that over a year he has
Not the
told
club
them.
that
Can I
Yes,
say?
no,
Can I
no.
say? Can I
It's
say?
not about
Can I say
Liverpool.
something? Can
I'm
I
not
say
about
something?
Liverpool.
Can I say
It's not
something?
about
Can I say
Liverpool.
something? Can I
You
say
can't
something?
answer the talk.
This
Coach,
matter
can I
is
say- can I say
Isak,
something?
only Isak.
Coach,
Hold on. We are talking about Wisa.
Can I say something? Coach, can I say something?
Like Guardiola, for example, now, if you like me, you be. I think only Messi like come out. Any other player under Guardiola, the day you say, "Oh, I know like he dey fear you."
Simple.
straight. The reason is because Guardiola believes that I fit bring Mike way.
Another one.
When not they play
So why
ball.
Newcastle no get that belief?
Teach am ball 2 weeks, he go play ball for
Why
me.
Newcastle no get
That's
that belief?
Hold on now. That's based on Guardiola as a coach. He believes himself. Do you understand? I want to ask
The
you
club
another
big
question
pass
now.
Isak
Are you
now.
aware that
Why they
Newcastle
don't let her
not
go?
selling Isak this year? They know that as of next year, Isak can go to 60 million. Are you aware? That if he forgo 60 million.
January.
It can even go more than 150 self.
Wait, no.
Why?
Wait. Man, not talk of
For 2 years, we go left 2.5 years.
Man, not talk of
He will not.
Are you aware that
He will not.
Newcastle know
Because
that?
Do you know what we call competition?
Closer.
No, it's not
Closer.
matter of contribution.
Your contract.
No, that's why I said. That's why I
closer to
said.
the end
That's
of your
why I said.
contract.
That's why I said. Sign a new contract and have a release clause.
No, are you aware that?
No, he
No.
doesn't have to.
Next
If he
year-
sign the contract, he's even giving himself more problem.
Problem.
Now what he do?
Why?
No, he's a foolish thing.
No, you just
You
When
remember
you
your
are
contract.
signing a
It doesn't
new
work that
contract, when
way.
you are
My guy, no. It
signing a
doesn't
new
work that
contract,
way.
calm
It
down.
doesn't
When you
work that
know,
way. It doesn't
chill,
work that way.
chill,
This guy just start to
chill.
work
It's easier to
My
leave.
guy, that's
It's
it.
easier
It's
to
easier when
leave
your
a
contract is
club.
running down.
It's easier to leave a club when your contract is
Exactly,
running
when you don't
down
reach
than
2 years.
leaving when you sign a new
So
contract.
how do you have a release clause?
No.
How do you include a release
What
clause?
it makes more sense.
How do you
No,
include a
no,
release
this one,
clause?
this is based on-
Do you know that? Wait,
Yeah.
chill. You are wait. You hear me say. You hear me say.
2 years extension.
force a player to sign.
Because of 80
You cannot
million.
force a player to
cannot-
sign. He no wan
He don't want
sign.
sign.
Good.
Which
Then
is
you
better.
tell.
And they don't want
Then
to
you
sell
tell.
now. And they don't want to sell
I
now.
They don't want to sell.
to them.
You dey mad, do you
Yeah,
think?
that's what they
Who is
tell
that?
you. That's what they tell you. That's
Who is that?
When you hear me say sign
is
the contract, I
the
don't
problem.
say 5 years.
I don't understand.
You can
It's
sign
detrimental.
2
They
years
don't
and
understand
have
again.
a
So,
release
Which
clause.
club go offer you 2 years with release clause? No club will do that. Are you just watching football?
What did they want with this one?
No club will do that. For a 25-year-old, no club will do
Added
that.
to your
No,
contract.
no,
will do that.
No, they
They
can't
do
do
it.
it.
What are you arguing
They
about?
do it.
Mbappe, you be
They
Mbappe.
do one.
Now only superstar
No,
like that. They
no,
don't do
they do
one.
one.
Okay,
If
who is
get like 2 years,
okay? You
amen.
said the only superstar.
After
You said the only
years,
superstar.
yes.
Who is Isak to Newcastle? He's not a superstar to
He's not
Newcastle.
a superstar. In the eyes of football world, he's not a superstar now. This is
He's not-
And you
Superstar, who
bid
is he?
one.
Who
And
is
you
Isak?
bid.
Isak
And you
is
bid
great.
how much for them?
Who is that be?
who wan pay that money? Wetin dey wait?
And Liverpool bid how much for them?
120.
They want to break. They want to break a British record. He's not a superstar.
Wait. I wan ask you something. I wan make you understand something.
Okay.
The minute Isak drop that bombshell, say he no wan play for the club again, he no wan integrate. I know you talk of the Instagram story when that news broke out that he no wan integrate. When Liverpool went for a second bid, how much did Liverpool go? 110. 110.
Yeah, 110.
From the 120. You don't understand. The longer this thing goes on, the more his value is dropping. You put that.
Can I say something?
If Isak
Can
try
I
and
say
sign you
something? Can I say something? Can I
That
say
is
something?
also
Can I say
And
something?
Liverpool
Can
never
Can I
I'm
say
aware that-
something? Can I
That
say
one
something?
they-
Isak is even
120.
better off. not signing a new team.
They know
And
it's
they tell this guy, they
it's
say,
better to
"Wait,
sell now. They know.
Now the mistake
that
was
if
Sime
you
make.
don't sell 120
Go
now,
Sime
if
the
you
hot.
don't sell
He can go do
now,
140 release clause.
See,
No.
see,
And 140.
see.
It was 140.
See,
The first deal he signed, the first one.
contract.
See.
Yes, when he first
After they
extended
won
his
the
contract.
That, no,
Scudetto.
they know what they tell you, not be Osimhen. What they say no, not be waiting. They tell you to make it sign with that.
See.
Sign a release clause of like 90 million pounds.
It's-
But you can't wish Newcastle won't give a release clause of 90 million. I don't even know it they go for 25-year-old. Isak.
How much did they sign Kane?
I know.
And you think they will
How
not?
much you buy and sign Kane
so what
from Tottenham?
At 31, you are waiting to do this.
You are saying, you are talking like, you are saying,
cannot be
a
king,
player,
my
see,
guy.
the
and
no,
wait,
Mike,
everybody cannot be a Kane.
Mike,
But Isak
Mike,
has been doing this for
Mike,
2 seasons
see
now.
wetin dey make
So what
player
makes you
value
think
go?
that
See
Isak
wetin
will
dey make
flop
player
this
value
season?
go?
This season that we're
Okay,
entering.
now wait. We have 7
Two
minutes.
things that I beg
Wait,
not talk this abeg.
No,
Two
not
things that
talk.
dey make player value go. The age and the length of contract.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me tell
At
you.
31,
Let-
you
wait.
don't even support you 50 million. sef.
Wait, let's clear it now.
Don't worry.
Now we have taken a lot of time on Isak. So it's time to conclude to the public what our decision is. So are we now saying, in conclusion, that any player will stand up to come off a club should have the right to leave the club? Yes or no?
That's not true.
Wait, yes or no?
No.
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 Good. Why are we making this exemption for Isak? Please, I don't want shouting now, so that now 7 minutes more make they understand, make who they watch understand. So why is this an exemption for Isak?
To me,
Because in terms of service, he has not served for 10 years, he has not served for 8 years. So what now they come now? So why are we making the exemption for Isak? Can we give a very high reasoning, verified reason?
Gentleman agreement.
Gentleman reasoning. Don't give me if I suppose after I just good. So why are we giving that exemption for Isak?
so I will just go straight to the point. Isak delivered Newcastle their first ever trophy, and he had a jet. Okay, let me scratch that. He told the club that he wants to leave at the end of the season,
It was
beginning
not
of the
contract.
season.
We can't tell people.
Yes, it was
in
not in the
box-
contract, but it was
don't shout, don't
communicated.
shout.
Yes,
We
it
can't
was
tell
not in-
people in the public.
We cannot leave
who are
that out.
watching us, hold
Because
on now.
everything factor
Wait
in. We
now.
cannot leave that out.
No, we are educating people.
Yes.
There are young players, young footballers who are watching us here. For my YouTube, on my Facebook, everywhere we get young footballers. Everybody who on your page, young people they play ball too. You are educating people. You have to let them understand. You saying that gentleman agreement does not make sense.
Doesn't make
you
sense.
have to tell them that. Make sure anything you are doing with your club
It's written.
So don't
Because
use
you are
that.
dealing with a
That's what I'm
club.
telling you. Let's
So are you
use
telling
club
me
is
people,
not one
people don't
person.
do business?
That's what you need to
Are you trying to
understand.
tell me in life people don't do business out of loyalty, out of love wey they get for
don't
you?
tell people where we say stop doing business like that now.
Good.
Come on now.
So
Even
Isak
even-
is an example of doing a business out of in bad faith, and this is the result.
Yes.
So as a player, I always get a release clause. Good. However, as Isak don serve the club, give them their first trophy in 70 years.
Who told me Isak give them
Wait,
best
now
trophy?
Isak,
Yes.
now only Isak play the game.
What did they want
Not be score the- not be score the killer goal.
talk wetin
Not
the
be score the
best
killer goal.
Isak now pass the ball give himself.
Whether na he pass the ball,
What
give
kind
himself.
nonsense talk be that?
Make Alowisi go score that goal.
What kind talk be that?
Make Alowisi go score that goal.
Without Isak they no play ball, no be injury ball.
Without Isak,
When
they go Champions League.
When they go injury they no dey see
Isak
am.
don carry them go Champions
When
League
he
twice.
comot injury for how many months?
Isak has more than
He
repaid
cannot
that club.
accumulate points for ground.
Isak has more than repaid that club. I'm sorry.
When he go
Because he's
injury like
coming
3
to
months,
Liverpool.
3 years
last season,
in the 3
he
years
cannot
Isak has been in
accumulate
Newcastle,
points for
he still
ground.
get to Champions League
For the
twice,
Champions League.
and he gave them a trophy. In the 3 years he has been in Newcastle, he took get to Champions League twice, and he has won a trophy for them. He has more than repaid them. I'm sorry.
Okay, let me not shock you.
They should not say that.
Isak is no more important than Guimaraes in that team.
He is.
I can tell you.
Who go score the goal?
He's no more important
Who go
than
score the
Pope.
goal?
He's no more important than Pope in that team. We know what the Pope they do for them.
Everything is a collective effort. Everything is a collective effort. So stop saying he gave them the no. Don't
Arsenal
bring
no
them.
get why they cry for striker?
Because it's a Liverpool
Arsenal
fan.
no
You
get
know they
everything.
favour the Isak anyhow.
No, Arsenal no get everything. Arsenal no get everything. Why did they cry for striker? If strikers are not important.
Who
Okay. I want to say something quickly. I want to say something quickly.
Hold on, ask him. So for that useless word where you talk now, for a football person like you, that's a very useless.
It's not actually.
So Shaka is
Man, you know which trophy with
Wait
Onana.
now.
Onana will be idiot. I know which trophy with Onana.
Shaka the border basketball.
Onana will be idiot. I no go find out with him.
I want to ask you one question.
Striker
I want
is
to
more
ask you
important
one
than
question.
keeper.
I want to
Yes,
ask you one question.
Is that
I want to
the
ask
Yes,
you.
it's
I want to
not a
ask you one
stupid
question. I want to ask you one
statement.
question. I want to ask you one question.
Keeper,
Okay, you
Onana,
are talking
man,
about.
which
You are
trophy
talking
is
about. You are talking
They no go
about.
find out
Okay, you are
with
talking about
What do they
Isak.
talk?
You're talking about Isak. How did you feel when Alexander Arnold ran down his contract and went to Madrid?
The only reason I was upset.
Don't give me reason.
No,
How did you
then why
feel?
you ask me question if I don't
How
give you
did you feel?
How did I feel?
When sad?
You
Because a lot of Liverpool fans were calling him
But
a
it's two different
snake.
scenario, right?
I see a two different scenario.
Good. And I'll tell you why. Isak not be Newcastle fan, no. He's not. Straight is a Liverpool fan. He's from Liverpool. He's a Liverpool native. We grew me from academy. It's different.
But he's one.
It's different.
But he's one.
It is different.
But he's
It
one.
is different. Don't give me that bullshit because of argument. It is different.
No problem.
Which guy talk be that one?
Don't not cut your part more of the video.
No,
Not shout.
See this guy dey talk. Don't even bring that PS coin.
They ask you question.
And I don't answer him. That is a stupid question. Don't ask me that.
What statement you can
It's
make
a lie.
was,
Cha. What did they tell
one
me?
is a Liverpool fan. Isaac is not a Liverpool.
He's not. He doesn't hold that loyalty. He does not hold that loyalty.
Do you know
Isak does not.
one of the major
Why you
reasons?
dey defend?
You know one of the major reasons. You know one of the major
Newcastle, they know you
reasons.
from
One of the
anywhere.
major
Una
reasons.
Newcastle.
One of the
Because
major
I'm doing,
reasons
I did
why
very
Liverpool
neutral.
fans
I'm not
were
the
hot
dudes that they
was
favor
because
My
one.
brother,
of
you
giving
be
for free.
supporting only Newcastle in this matter. I'm sorry.
Yes, because
You don't look this for the player
Because
side.
of
This
giving
is
for
because
free.
unfair.
And they did
It's
not
unfair.
have.
You guys are
Thank
ungrateful.
you.
It's unfair.
Thank you.
It's different.
So
That's why I
guys,
asked
my
that
guy,
question.
thank you very
Does
much.
Newcastle need that money?
So-
Yes or no?
For PSR, they
have
do.
to round
I'm
up.
sorry, they do.
we have to round up.
So
Okay.
finally, a player has an ambition. A club also has an ambition. When the two doesn't match or doesn't match to a particular point, there's always a conflict. There's always a problem.
And until a contract
Yeah.
is there
And written.
and written,
And
the
written
club will always have power
over
the
you.
player.
True.
True of all.
So you can't say it's slavery.
So you can't tell me it's slavery. So now for Isak to get sense, another player has to get sense.
Because
You understand?
Cunha
Because
did
you-
it and he
if
did
you not
it well.
get those goals and you're not good like this, the Liverpool for not come pay down, drop down 110 and be 120 for you. And that 120, so now me take that gamble to bring you for
Both sides
Sociedad.
fuck up, both sides fuck
That's
up.
why I said
understand?
the two.
So
But you
the
cannot
reason-
just say
let me
he's
tell you
on the
for those
club
where they
more.
outside, why you see I'm standing with Newcastle now because I'm the person when don't do like work with people under me well and I know how ungrateful human beings are and I've always stood against ungrateful people. No matter whatever you want to say, Newcastle did a great job in Isak and his family's life. No matter two of us.
True now.
Two of us.
True.
So they had
At
that
Real Sociedad, he was not. He was
Isak not doing
not.
anything for
Isak
Newcastle.
did a gamble.
But it's fine.
Newcastle gave him a
Do you know
platform.
that there's
And the
no
platform that
boy,
you don't use well.
That be almost 70 million of that
using
boy.
that-
They not get
He's
Callum
using
Wilson.
well.
They not give Callum Wilson same
Almost
platform.
70
Why would
million.
they do like that? But no wahala. As he be saying only Newcastle do good for him, Isak no do good for them. It's
Isak
fine.
do
See,
good for them now.
it's
fine.
both
But
no,
ways.
Isak
It's
not do
both
good for them.
ways.
No,
But if you don't work,
he don't do good for
if you
them.
don't work, good loss.
But if you know what cool
Good
look on
loss.
do,
If you don't work, good loss.
As he walks, so the made the
Well,
plan
if
die
you don't
for
work,
them.
who lost
As he
now?
walk now, made the plan die for them.
Abeg, Mona, let us know our opinion for comment section. Abeg, thank you very much. Please cut the video.